This week is Thanksgiving. I'm not sure if you're anything like me, but if you didn't know, I completely understand if you pause this episode, go make your grocery list, maybe even order your groceries, and then come back. I genuinely thought I had one more week until some friends this past week kept wishing me happy Thanksgiving, and I was really confused, thinking, are you going out of town for a nice trip that's extra long? And I honestly was unsure until I looked at the calendar and I'm like, holy smokes, next week is Thanksgiving. And my mind was blown. And the number one thing that I hear from people, not only during Thanksgiving, but the holidays too, is how to stay on track during the holidays. I don't know if you can relate, but so many people struggle with staying on track with their goals, with their nutrition, and they just see big fluctuations and often get discouraged. And that's a big reason why New Year's resolutions happen. People just give up, or I don't want to use the word stop caring, but decide, you know what? I'm enjoying myself. It's almost the end of the year. I'll just keep enjoying myself and wait for the new year to make a change and change my habits and all the things. And if you've also tried that, you know it doesn't quite work that way. It's just not that simple. So today I want to talk about how to stay on track during the holidays while still completely enjoying yourself, all the holidays and the meals and the treats, but not having to wait until New Year's to make a resolution. So let's go. Are you too busy to prep healthy meals? Do you feel self-conscious about your body and your clothes not fitting right, but you don't have time to work out? Does your life feel unorganized and messy? Do you wish you had routines and habits that made health simple, even with your busy schedule? I know, I've been there. Hi, I'm Shannon Marquita, and no one ever really taught me how to eat healthy. I didn't know anything about nutrition, so I found myself eating whatever was easy, which definitely impacted my energy, weight, and focus. That's why I created this podcast, to show you that through healthy habits and time management, you can know you're doing health right. So stop scrolling social, clicking the ads, and buying all the things. Let's grab our Americano and pop in our AirPods. It's time to solve the real problem together. Welcome home. A fresh start awaits. Thanksgiving is this week. My mind is still blown. I was sitting with my family recently and we were reminiscing about how packed this year was, just more so than past years. Everything that happened that we just genuinely couldn't believe it was all this year. Events, vacations, trips, things related to work and family, travel. There was genuinely one trip that I could have sworn happened last year, and I had to be reassured and reminded, which of course it was true, that no, it happened this year in the spring. So this year has just been extremely full, which may be why I can't even believe this week is Thanksgiving, just that it's already here. So I want to take a minute and talk about the number one thing that is actually a lot simpler than anyone realizes to help you stay on track during the holidays. Because it's very easy with all the treats and meals and get-togethers to get derailed or to get discouraged, thinking, what's the point? November is already almost over. Then it's December. I'll just wait till New Year's. And that's the thought process that a lot of people go through. But it's actually a lot easier to stay on track than you think, than it is to try and start over and ramp back up in January to work towards your goals. It's a lot easier to keep a habit going that's already in motion than to try and start brand new after you've stopped. So today, the number one thing that I want to share with you with how to stay on track during the holidays is just this. Remember, it's only one day. Thanksgiving is one meal on one day. Christmas is one meal on one day. Just like during the year, we have get-togethers for birthdays, for celebrations. We just have a lot more of them in November and December because of Thanksgiving and Christmas. But the rules don't change. You still can support your goals and stay on track even with all the extra get-togethers during these 2 months. You just need to remember the holiday is one meal on one day. So on Thanksgiving, if you want to have seconds, go for it. Have some extra turkey, have some extra stuffing with gravy. Maybe sweet potatoes are your jam. Maybe you want to have a piece of both kinds of pie. Whatever it is, just remember, that's it. You don't need to have a piece of pie or 2 pieces of pie every day for a week. You don't need to have stuffing for lunch and for dinner for an entire week. That does not support your goals nor your nutrition. So remember, it's okay to send people home with leftovers. It's okay to freeze leftovers and use it for leftover meals down the road. Most leftovers, I can't even think of a leftover that doesn't freeze well. Veggies, I'm all for it. Leave it in the fridge, go to town. But the things that aren't normally in your pantry, in your fridge, ingredients that you use, bless and release after the holiday meal because you don't need to keep eating it. Is it delicious? Yes, but that's why it's a treat. That's why you have it for the holiday meal. You want to make a turkey sandwich? Go for it. Turkey supports your goals. Turkey is very good for you. What's not supportive of your goals? All the dressing and toppings that we put on top of it. If you make homemade cranberry sauce, great. That has good ingredients if you make it homemade. If you buy it, usually not so good. So like we've talked about recently, learn to read ingredients. If you're unsure of some of the ingredients, download the free app that I am just in love with. I think it's pronounced Yuka. Maybe it's Yucca. I don't know. The app has a carrot on it. It's spelled Yuka, completely free. You can do food, you can do cosmetics, scan the barcode, and it gives it a rating 0 to 100, and then it tells you why. So keep in mind, if it doesn't get a great score, it might just be because if it's a fruit, it says it's a little too sweet. Or if it's something that has a little more salt in it, it might not get a good score. But that's not a terrible reason. The main thing that you want to look for is ingredients. It'll tell you if there's hazardous ingredients, and then it'll tell you if it's ingredients you should just be concerned about, but maybe aren't hazardous. And it explains why, gives you all the references and resources from where it's pulling from. But the more that you can make homemade, the better. But if you are going to purchase different ingredients, which is also completely normal, just make sure that you are staying aware of what you're putting in your food. But again, enjoy it on the holiday and then send people home with leftovers and just move on. You don't need at all the get-togethers to have a piece of cake and a cookie and a cupcake and a milkshake or ice cream or any, that stuff. It's fun, but it's not normal for anybody to have every single day or multiple times a week. Because then what's it really doing? It's forming a habit that is how you eat, and that is not the case. Keep them as treats that you have occasionally. So don't feel bad if you go to a get-together and you decide to have some dessert. Just make sure every get-together you go to, you're not having multiple desserts because that is not part of your normal routine. The more that you can remind yourself of this, it alleviates so much stress. I want you to enjoy all the time together with your friends and family and loved ones and make the memories and not be consumed about, is this gonna undo all my goals? Is this going to ruin all the hard work that I've put in? The answer is no, because your habits are still in place. Only if you replace your healthy habits with unhealthy ones, like dessert every single day, maybe multiple desserts, or things that you just normally don't consume, that's when habits are undone that you have worked so hard to form. But otherwise, it is just a treat. Bless and release, enjoy it, stop stressing about it, and be present with the people that you are with. Because at the end of the day, that's what all of this is about. We're enjoying the time and making memories and celebrating. It's not about the food. Is the food delicious? Yes, but you are with loved ones, and that is what you should focus on when you're together. Don't let all the food and calories and sugar and carbs consume you so much that you don't actually get to be present in the moments, because that is what would make me so sad and not at all what I want for you. So I hope this was helpful. I want you to be present in every moment that you're with and just make the memories with your loved ones, because this is what's remembered. The stuff on the table, yes, it's delicious, but that's not what's remembered. What's remembered are the laughs and the stories and just every moment in between the meals and all of the things that we share at the get-togethers and parties. So I'm so excited for you. I'd love to hear about what your traditions are for Thanksgiving, how you share that you're grateful. I've loved hearing this week with different people that I've talked with what they do on Thanksgiving, leading up to Thanksgiving, around the table with kids of all different ages and family who travels. So come hop into the Facebook group and share. I'd love to learn your traditions, maybe adopt some of my own, and just have a very happy and safe Thanksgiving. Thanks, guys. If this podcast helped, challenged, or inspired you in some way, I would love it if you'd do me a huge favor and leave me a review over on Apple Podcasts. It helps me to hear from you and know how this is best serving you. And go ahead and screenshot this and share it in your stories. Tag me at Shannon Marquita. That's SHANNONMARQUETA. And send it over to a friend in a text who is ready for healthy changes in her life too. Let her know that this episode might serve her as well. I am just so grateful for you and would love to hear from you. Come hang out and let's connect over in my Facebook group, bit.ly.com/afreshstart, or send me a message. I look forward to seeing you back here in a few days.